Hello everybody, Spooky Marshmallow here. Pull up a seat, preferably at the bar if you want, or if you dare. It's haunted, you know. In this video, I'm going to be talking about ghosts of the General Wayne Inn. So let's begin. Pennsylvania's historic General Wayne Inn dates back to 1704 and was a convenient rest stop for travelers journeying between Philly and Radnor. The inn saw its fair share of battles during the Revolutionary War, landing it in the National Register of Historic Places and on the list of the most haunted places in the state. The General Wayne Inn in Marion, Pennsylvania is a former tavern. It has been on the National Register of Historic Places since 1976. Established in 1704, it was previously named the William Penn Inn and Streeper's Tavern before being renamed in 1973 in honor of American Revolutionary War hero General Mad Anthony Wayne, who had once stayed there. So let's talk about a murder and suicide, shall we? Executive chef Jim Webb and his business partner Guy Silo bought the General Wayne in 1995. Webb was found murdered there in his office on December 27, 1996. Felicia Moyes, a 20-year-old assistant chef at the inn and Silo's girlfriend, committed suicide on February 22, 1997. Moyes had been an alibi witness for Silo. On the night of the murder, she and Silo left the General Wayne at the same time, driving to dinner in their separate vehicles. Silo doubled back, killed Webb using a gun, later linked to him by forensic evidence, then rushed to arrive at dinner before Moyes. Police believe that Moyes realized her boyfriend had set her up as his alibi and was unable to live with it. Police were able to prove that Silo had killed Webb in order to receive the $650,000 life insurance money from their partnership policies, before Webb could end their partnership and shut down the General Wayne. Silo was convicted in 2001 and sentenced to life in prison. So let's talk about it being converted to a synagogue. In 2005, the building was purchased and renovated by Chabad of the Main Line and converted it to a synagogue and community center. However, as of today, that building is closed. Celebrities who have stayed at the inn: George Washington, Edgar Allan Poe. He actually wrote part of The Raven here and permanently left his mark by carving his initials on a windowsill with a diamond ring. And Benjamin Franklin, to name a few. Fire. So on December 14th, 1964, the 260-year-old General Wayne Inn was destroyed last night in a fire that caused injury to 5 firemen, none seriously. Only the wall, roof beams, and a Christmas tree over the main entrance were left standing after the 3-hour blaze. Fire officials said it started after 2 gas heaters exploded in the kitchen. Standing tall in Southold since the 1700s, the historic General Wayne Inn will soon be just a memory. That was from a newspaper clipping. So, let's get into the meat of this video, and that is the paranormal, which there is a lot of in this building, according to eyewitnesses. Barton Johnson is the innkeeper of the General Wayne Inn. He is also the vice president of the local historical society. He claims that there have been several strange occurrences that have happened at the inn. These reported occurrences include towels being thrown across the kitchen, problems with the adding machine, unexplained issues with the televisions, and sightings of ghosts. One incident occurred in 1987 when a valet walked past a parked Cadillac outside the inn. The owner had gone inside and had taken the keys with him. Suddenly, the car started blaring its horn and the window wipers began moving back and forth. However, the doors and windows were still locked. The valet and the car's owner could find no explanation for the incident. Barton says that he enjoys the ghosts and they don't bother him at all. He says that they come up with clever things to entertain themselves. He claims to have witnessed one ghost going down the bar, blowing on the backs of the girls' necks. He claims to have witnessed this occur dozens of times. He has witnessed many ghostly events. However, he has never actually seen a ghost. Dave Rogers, a former maitre d', claimed that he saw a ghost one night while closing up the restaurant. While in the kitchen, he saw a decapitated head sitting on a chest of drawers for just a second. It took him a few seconds to realize that he had just seen a ghost. Other employees have also seen apparitions. One day, Alice Gormley was walking through the dining room when she heard someone calling her name. She walked into the hallway and saw the apparition of a frightened soldier on the stairwell who just disappeared. Local historian J. Robert Manty studied the inn's history and discovered that the same ghost had been seen in the basement over 100 years earlier. One night during a local Halloween newscast about the inn, a number of regular patrons went to the bar to watch it. As the story began, the picture on the TV mysteriously began turning clockwise and continued to turn clockwise until the segment was over. This has never happened to the TV before or since. It also did not happen to any other TVs in the neighborhood. Many people at the inn are certain that ghosts haunt the place, and that they will continue to haunt that location. Local historian J. Robert Manty researched the inn's history and found that the ghost that Alice Gormley had also been seen over 100 years ago at the inn. In 1848, an election took place at the inn. An election took place at the inn. During this, a woman went down to get some more ballots when she saw a soldier in a green uniform. This same soldier has been seen numerous times in the basement by the wine cellar. The witnesses perfectly described the features and clothing of the Hessian soldiers that occupied Philly during the Revolutionary War. The show Unsolved Mysteries invited parapsychologist Micheline Mayer to the General Wayne Inn to see if she could determine if the sightings were genuine. Starting with detailed floor plans, she uses the statistical analysis to evaluate the responses of both skeptics and psychics that have been brought to the scene of the hauntings. Micheline asked psychic Paula Rogers to walk through the building. She knew nothing about the inn's history. While in the basement, she saw a young soldier hiding there. She believed that the clothing he was wearing was from the 1700s. She believed that he had been left behind. She sensed the soldier just a few feet from the spot where witnesses had reported seeing the Hessian soldier. Micheline believes that something unexplainable is going on, but she isn't certain if it is caused by ghosts or not. Though the General Wayne Inn changed hands throughout the years, its eerie activity continued. Bart Johnson owned the property throughout the 1970s and 1980s. He claimed that one night, a loud bang interrupted a conversation he had been having with two of his friends. They looked up and saw a cannonball rolling across the floor. When Johnson stood to pick it up, the cannonball vanished into thin air. Another time, after hosting a party, Johnson received numerous compliments from guests about the man who mingled with the crowd while dressed in period clothing. The partygoers presumed Johnson had hired an actor. Johnson, of course, claimed he hired no such person. The case was featured as part of a Halloween episode of Unsolved Mysteries that aired on October 26, 1988. In 1996, the General Wayne Inn was the scene of a murder featured on America's Most Wanted. Their coverage of the case also briefly mentioned the haunting activity. It was also later featured on Forensic Files. So yeah, this place has seen its fair share of ghost appearances and paranormal activity. However, I do believe that this place is currently closed. And I saw some articles online that suggested it's even being torn down. I'm not 100% sure on that. You might let us know down in the comments section below if you know of the state of it. I do know that it is closed, which is sad because I would definitely go there and want to spend the night. That would be so cool. Alright, that's going to do it for this video about ghosts of the General Wayne Inn. And I hope you enjoyed our spooky time here together. I'm Spooky Marshmallow. And remember, stay spooky, my friends.